You, yeah, you, think you're good at arguing? Chances are you're not. And that's okay. Nobody ever taught us how. Everywhere you look, it's just shouting, personal attacks, and a desperate need to win, to crush the other person, to get the last word in. But what if I told you there's a different way? That 5 simple questions could turn any hopeless argument into a fascinating adventure. This isn't magic. It's a 2,500-year-old method that's more relevant today than ever. It's the Socratic Method. And its goal isn't to win, it's to find the truth. Ready? Let's go. The first question sounds deceptively simple. Imagine your friend says, "Everyone on the internet is just showing off." We hear that all the time, right? And right there, instead of arguing, you ask, how do you know that's true? Feel that? The air just changed. You're not attacking, you're showing interest. You're asking to see the foundation of their belief. And most likely, you'll hear something like, "Well, it's obvious," or "Everybody says so." "Everybody says so" is just an echo, and "obvious" is often just a cover for what we want to believe. This question forces you to separate feelings from facts. And that's the first step off of square one. Okay, we've handled the first one. But what's next? Question number 2. What assumptions are you making? Assumptions are like invisible glasses we wear. We don't even notice we have them on. Your friend is late to meet you. Your first thought? He doesn't respect me. Bam! That's an assumption. You're assuming that being late equals disrespect. But what if his phone died? He was saving a kitten, or, I don't know, fighting off a street gang of mimes. Seriously, this question makes you take off those glasses and look at the situation. Maybe your friend, when talking about people showing off online, is actually assuming that everyone is just seeking approval. And that's a much deeper, more interesting conversation. But what if the person is just digging in their heels? Well, it's time for the heavy artillery. Question 3. What evidence would change your mind? This is a knockout. If the person answers nothing, you can confidently end the conversation. You're talking to a wall. You just saved yourself hours of your life. But if they pause and think, "Well, I guess if I saw a study that said most people also post their sad moments," bingo! You found the key. You both just agreed on what counts as currency in this debate. You're no longer enemies. You're detectives searching for clues. Moving on. Question 4 is like the God mode of communication. What would a smart person who disagrees with you say? Pause. Usually what do? We take our opponent's opinion, turn it into a ridiculous caricature, and then break it with a triumphant "aha!" That's called a straw man. This question forces you to build a steel man. You're asking your friend to find the strongest arguments for the opposing side. Well, he would probably say that people aren't showing off, but sharing their best moments to inspire others or to preserve memories. Magic happens in that moment. The person, without any pressure, starts to see the world in 3D. Cool, right? And now, the final boss. Question number 5. What are the logical consequences of your position? We're basically hitting the run simulation button. Okay, so everyone on the internet is just showing off. So what? What follows from that? Should we all delete our social media? Should we ban people from sharing their joy? Or maybe it means we're all lacking positivity in our real lives. This question reveals where a belief actually leads, and often the final destination isn't somewhere we'd want to go. So, that's the theory. What about practice? At work or school, this is your superpower for analysis. In relationships, it's a way to resolve conflicts without hurt feelings. On the internet, it's your personal shield against fake news. But use it wisely. Don't torture a crying friend or your angry boss with these questions. Sometimes people just need support, not an intellectual sparring match. Read the room. And now, the biggest secret. The most important person you need to ask these questions is yourself. Before you write that angry comment, before you argue until you're blue in the face, just stop for a second. Ask yourself, how do I know that's true? What assumptions am I making? This simple habit doesn't just change arguments, it changes you. Your thinking becomes flexible, strong, and immune to manipulation. So next time, just try it. Take a breath and ask a question. What if it changes everything?